Hey guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and happy Monday. I hope you're having a lovely day. This is an apartment renovation in Evergreen Harbor. We're in the Pinecrest apartment unit. It's the one that looks a little bit more modern. It's a little less boxy. I already have the hiccups and we're like 45 seconds in. Love that for me. Not even 20 seconds. Love that for me. But we're doing the apartment renovation and I'm actually going to be kind of showcasing, I don't know if that's the right word. I'm using a custom content collection from Charly Pancakes, who worked in collaboration with MissSimReno. Now, I don't typically build with custom content, at least not in a YouTube forum. I use it in my personal gameplay, and it's just not typically something that I use for pieces that I'm going to share publicly. However, since this is all part of the same collection, I felt pretty good about it because once it's available, everything that I use here will be in one download link, so it won't be something where you have to go on a hunt or click on a bunch of different things. It's kind of like a 1, 2, 3 process, so I felt okay about it. Plus, I'm really excited about it, and I was going to do it even if it was going to cause a headache, so there's that. But this is the Lighthouse Collection, like I said, by Charly Pancakes and MissSimReno. I'm not going to do an in-depth overview or anything like that, just because I did not make this. And it's already been reviewed. So I'm going to link April's video down below if you're interested in the inspiration behind the pack, how it came to be, what all the items are, how they can be used. You can check out her video. She goes into depth there since it was her brainchild. And I will also link Charly's, either her Tumblr or her Patreon down below, maybe both. Yeah, so you'll be able to download the custom content when it's available. Now, if you're already a Patreon of Charly's, you'll have access to this with one of her subscriptions. I'm not sure what tier unlocks what, so I don't want to make promises I can't keep. But if you have access to the early access, you'll already be able to download this. And if you don't, then you'll be able to download this for free on the 30th, which will be Friday. So you'll just have to wait a few days if this is something you're interested in playing with, having in your own game, or if you just want to download this apartment and keep the furnishings. If you don't download the custom content, pretty much all of the wallpaper, except for like the bathroom and the toddler room, will be missing, the flooring will be missing, and the entire living room will be empty, except for like the TV, the rug, the coffee table, and a box. So you have been warned. But as you can see, we're already working on the living room here. I've already gone through all of the custom content. I blabbed through it as I was talking about using the custom content. I think this pack works really well with obviously base game, because it's base game compatible. It works well with cats and dogs because it was meant to be like a coastal New England style. But I think it also really works well with my high school years. I don't think it's my high school. I think it's just high school years. I get the name wrong every single time. We're trying. And I also randomly think that it works really well with Get Famous and Parenthood. So there's a lot of kind of usability. I'm not the most eloquent this morning, but there's a lot of different ways that you can use these items. I could see that chair being in a bedroom rather than just a living room, for example. The bookshelf would look stunning in an office. I almost wish there was a desk, and I'd have to browse through Charly's items. I'm sure there's something that I could use in conjunction with this pack if I wanted to, and it would work seamlessly because they're just that good. But let me tell you a little bit about the family that's going to be living here, just so you kind of know what the vibe is. I'm picturing just a young couple. I don't have them fleshed out too intensely, but they're living here kind of in the city of Evergreen Harbor, and they have a young child. Now, for gameplay purposes, it's a toddler, but in my head, for storyline purposes, it's more of a preschooler. So a toddler, just so we're on the same page, a toddler is a child about between the ages of like 12 months and 24 months, give or take. And I'm thinking, so 24 months would be 2. And I'm thinking this child is really between the ages of 2 and 3. So they're still in that potty training phase, but they're a lot older, more capable, a little bit more independent than a traditional toddler would be. Now, since we don't have that many dynamic life stages in The Sims for gameplay purposes, it would be a toddler. So I made the bedroom for a toddler, but it would be really simple to swap that out for a child's bed, or even upgrade that room to a teen's room. You got options, you got flexibility. But that's who I pictured living here. As I swallow really aggressively, I'm so sorry. But that's who I pictured living here. I am not going to download the family. I'm not going to make them, most likely. I really just wanted to build with the custom content. And I've also built a house in Brindleton Bay that uses a little bit more pack restrictions. I don't know if I'll release that as it's furnished, just because I use the custom content here. But I did use it in a house setting first. And I liked it okay. What I didn't love was the house. Like the exterior is what was throwing me off. The interior was gorgeous, but well, the custom content made it gorgeous. But the exterior, something about the roofing, I don't know. The proportions were just off, and it wasn't sparking joy for me. So that's why we're doing this in an apartment rather than a home, if you were curious. Swallowing again. I'm so sorry about my voice. We returned to the office on last Tuesday, and I only have to go in 1 day a week, but I am 99.99% sure I am allergic to that building that we work in. I say we like you go with me. I'm allergic to the building. It's an older building. It was built in the 70s, I think, maybe 60s. I don't know. There's all kinds of things leaking, and I have a pretty intense mold allergy. And for example, while working, I had two separate nosebleeds. I was just sitting there doing my work and had to excuse myself, but it is what it is. I don't know. That's a whole different problem we'll have to address later. The point is, this is me 2 days later, because it's now Thursday. We're on the struggle bus, is what I'm saying. But here is the bathroom. The bathroom kind of breaks away from the coastal theme a little bit, just because I was picturing a child being involved. I always like the bathrooms to be a little bit more kid friendly. So I use the Parenthood tub that has the whale theme. I've used it before. I love it. It's probably my favorite. I have to physically hold myself back from using it. But I also wanted to use that height chart wall decal, and because I knew they had a whale swatch as well, and I regret nothing. So there's that. And now we're working on the toddler's room. You saw me pull out the werewolf's bed. I was going to use that just because I wanted the shape, but I did not like the comforter. That patchwork quilt thing is not my thing at all, like not even a little bit. So I decided to go with the Eco Lifestyle bed. And I'm kind of obsessed with this room. I really like the use of the blue and the yellow. Maybe I use that all the time. I don't know, but it felt really fun for a kid's room. I don't know. It didn't feel novel, but it felt like really bright and happy. And I think that's really what I was going for. So we have the bed, we have the dresser, and I'm just placing a bunch of toys on top. I decided not to throw in a toy box in this room just because we're limited on space anyway, and they don't really need a toy box to play with the toys and stuff that you put out. I had the hardest time placing curtains in this unit just because everything wants to clip to the level above when it's in the corner. I don't know, I had an issue with a painting in the living room as well. I eventually figured it out, but it was probably 10 to 20 minutes of me struggling, not even gonna lie. But then we since this corner has the two windows that meet, I decided to make a little reading play, soft play area. It felt like a little cozy idea, and I think I'm kind of pulling on my own childhood a little bit. So my bedroom when I was growing up had a window seat. I was in a little kind of a dormer room type of thing, if you understand what that means, because I'm not really sure. I just spoke English there. But I had a long window seat, and I sat there all the time. There were pillows and stuff on it. I would read, play board games. When my friends would come over, we would sit there. I used to have them sign it. I've painted over it since, well, I don't live there anymore, but it's been painted over. Anyway, I spent a lot of time there. It was so cozy and just so nice in the sun, and I was kind of pulling on that idea a little bit here. Then we move into the parents' room, and since I didn't have a really clear-cut idea of who they were, what they were doing with their lives, I decided to just sort of bring that coastal theme into here as well. I didn't use the custom content side tables. I think the only custom content I use in here is the painting. just because so much of it is in the living room and I didn't want to be too repetitive with it. I'm sorry, paintings. But I do fit this room for 2 Sims. There's a little bit of an idea of personalities with the clutter and stuff like that. But it's really kind of a blank slate for you to make your own, which is something I'm a fan of doing, I guess. And I do include an easel for some reason. I think I just had it in my head that one of these Sims was creative in some way, and my gut instinct was to do a guitar, and I feel like I always do a guitar, so I wanted to switch things up a little bit. And maybe I'm the only one that struggles with this, but I have a hard time picking out activities that are size appropriate for the spaces that I build. I don't know if I'm just building homes that are too small or if there's a sizing issue with the game items. I don't know, you tell me. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. As I said in the beginning, April's overview will be listed down below if you're interested in checking that out. So will Charly's information if you're interested in downloading this custom content for your own gameplay. I will be posting my screenshots on Instagram as per usual if you want to hop over there and check those out. As always, feel free to leave a like or a comment down below letting me know what you think. You can also subscribe if that's something that would spark joy for you. I will see you on Monday with my next video, and in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely rest of your week. Bye, guys.
Pretended I'm not here. All I seek is some honesty, a stray of light in my darkest